Okay, this is just a short video on the replacement of the battery for the FlyCamOne version 2. As you can see, got one of those. Lighting's not real good at the moment. Now what you need to do is to get the cover off, and the cover has been off this before, and you can see that all the way around there is no apparent damage to the unit at all. You might get some scuff marks. What we do is from the point where you've got the safety lead attached, start from this point here. Now what I use, this particular cam is over 2 years old, serviced me well, but it came to a point where I was only getting a minute, and then the game went down to about 30 seconds. And in fact it got to a point where I'd switch it on and ready to take off, and no sooner did I get a lift off, it cut out. Now whenever they lose power, as a general rule, unless you actually push the stop button on the sides, you'll see we have 3 buttons. This is the on-off. This is the start button, which will then produce the ready symbol on the front, RY, and then this is the video selection sequence button. The first time you press it, you'll have VR, which is the standard format, and then VR small, and so on according to your instructions. I'm not here to show you how to use it. If you've got one, you've already got the instructions. It's just basically how to open it, replace the battery now that they're available from various stores. I'll put some blade like this and open and extend. You start at the bottom corner here where the tie is. Whether you use it or not doesn't matter, but I start from this point, and then very gently slide the blade in until you actually make some contact, and then continue to slide it around and then wriggle it. Be very, very gentle. You don't want to end up breaking the lugs underneath. As you can see that we're not getting a gap, but it will eventually free. It's a little more difficult trying to hold it for the camera to see and actually do the job. Right, now you can see that we've actually made progress. We continue very gently. I use now the back of the blade, and we've now released the face. Now the face comes in from the back and slides forwards. Now this is very important here. This will then free the unit. So we open like so, which exposes the battery. This point I may have to make very, very clear to you, a bit difficult to see. We can take that cover off. This is just sitting here, the lens, which is mobile. This ribbon cable, if you pull on it, you'll end up destroying the whole camera, and your exercise is a complete waste of time. You'll see the battery that's here. What you do then is disconnect from this connector. When you buy the battery, it'll be just that. With this original connector is already inside. So disconnect the battery connector as you would in any other connection. They do supply, with the company I bought this spare battery from, this extra lead if you're into soldering, but it wasn't necessary for me. I removed the old battery, and I'll just show you what I mean. We can remove gently the battery. Here you see the little battery around the 200 milliamps. That's why they don't last very long. The new VCO FlyCamOne 3 has a 500 milliamp battery. They do consume, and the battery life probably is around about 2 years for the Lipo. Now they will only go in one way, but a little bit of common sense needs to prevail. Just make sure that when you put the connectors, so you'll end up removing the old battery and replacing the new one. Hold the two ends together. Ensure that you've got your polarity correct, the right, red and red, black and black. It only goes in one way, but it's been known for people to attempt the other way. If you reverse it, you will damage the unit. Slide it in, like so. Push it all the way home. We have contact. Now, it's a matter of trying to put it all back together. Just that you have to be very careful that you do not damage when you put this back together again. So we place the battery, and we also want to make sure that the battery goes in the same configuration as it was removed. When you push the covers back over, you've got clips, and you don't want to pierce the alloy film around the battery. If you do, the whole exercise was futile because you've just ruined your battery and it won't work. I move the power lead across to the front of the cable. The plug I put into the side, move it away from the PC board screws so that there's no additional pressure on any of the wiring. Remember, this is going to be on your plane and vibrating. The last thing you want to do is have vibration and then cut through something and short circuit. So we have that pretty much in the position that we want. I'll adjust that more as we go. Now, you'll also find on the top of this case is the cover for the sensor. You'll also find that this ribbon cable, I've noticed I haven't played or moved, I've just let it sit there. Now, to replace the front of the cover, you have to come in from the front by lifting that up and go in underneath. There's a lip here that you have to lift the camera up underneath, like so. Once you've got it into that position, then you can move it back. Now, before you actually start to clamp, make sure the front and the camera mechanism is free to move, like so. The camera is free and it is clear. Okay. We also have checked all the way around to ensure that we've got no wires or leads, no pressure, additional pressure on the foil. It's sitting in there nicely. We start from the front and we keep moving back. You'll hear it clip, 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 and done. We have just replaced the battery for the FlyCamOne version 2. Switch the power on just to show you that it's working. Push the start button. You'll see, there we go. You'll see the ready, a bit hard to see, there we go, ready.